cheese pizza?
I do like cheese pizza.
Well, you just said you don't like cheese pizza.
That isn't cheese pizza. I wanted some from Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut. All right, he'll like it. You're going to eat it and you're going to like it. Now, listen.
We've known each other for years.
Yeah.
You've been to my house. We've had pizza. Girl after my own heart. Do we love a pizza or what? We love a pizza. It's so much fun. Now, someone did.
I should do it more. And Aniston will say to me in the middle of the night,
just more pizza. Wait. They just got this running joke. They just got this running joke that they play in our faces with pizza. Hey, just in case you need another one. And this one might disturb you. This might hurt everybody's feelings, but hey, I gotta play it. Just more pizza jokes. It's just more. No, it's not conspiracy.
Was it good? What he made the first pizza was better than included. They both made. Everybody made a certain kind of pizza.
There's no pizza we didn't love.
Something that he does. 5 different kinds. 5 different kinds or 6 different kinds of pizza, and Clooney's was excellent. Amal's.
One lady was like, "How many cheeses, Jerry?" Jerry was like, 7 different cheeses. 7 different cheeses. People were eating the fucking pizza going crazy. Oh my God, I taste the cheeses, Jerry. I taste the cheeses. They brought me my piece of pizza. I took a bite. I couldn't fucking believe it. Best pizza I've ever had in my life. Best fucking pizza I've ever had. Had some type of lettuce on it. I've never tasted this shit. Some white baby's got some type of lettuce on it. Wait till you taste the lettuce. White baby's got some type of lettuce on it. Some white baby's got some type of lettuce on it. White baby's got some type of...
I mean, it's in the files. It's in the files. Pizza is a code. Disturbed. Everybody, you should be disturbed. Don't get mad at the messenger. This is why Ellen DeGeneres played in everybody's face during the Oscars and did a whole bit about ordering pizza. And do you know who she asked for money? She said, anybody got money? Do you know who's the first person she took the money from? Harvey Weinstein. You know who's the second person that gave the money?
Who?
Kevin Spacey. They play in your faces. I'm telling you, the weirdos that everybody looks up to, that everybody's so stunned by their talent, is part of the damn demonic situations that we're seeing every day. They're like this, the government and Hollywood. Y'all can deny it if you want. It's right in your face. It's in the Epstein files. They're telling you over and over again, and people still go, no. The Rock did a skit on SNL. No, SNL, my bad. SNL about creating a robot that was a child molester. You can look it up. You can look it up. I hate to break it to you, people. It's all around us. It's all around us, directly in our face. Hey, but they got great music. They're super funny. I love their movies. I don't know why everybody gets so mad at me and gets quiet. And everybody, yeah, it's just a conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy anymore, people. Don't live in this fantasy world. Protect your kids at all costs. Protect your kids at all costs. It's not a conspiracy anymore about all those girls in Africa that went missing under Oprah's watch. It's not a conspiracy anymore. She's the same one kissing on Harvey Weinstein. She's the same one kissing on these people. Damn it, you want reality? I'll give you goddamn reality. Famous director, comedian, actor, Woody fucking Allen. Woody Allen, who married his adopted daughter. This is the phone call between Woody Allen and the woman that he was with for years. They never got married, Mia Farrow. This is the actual phone call of me and Farrow at the front.
You have to way beyond that now. What you've done to Suni, what you've done to Dylan, what you've done to Dylan. Dylan's a baby. How could you do that to her? I don't know anything of the kind. I know what Dylan tells me. You've told me nothing but lies. Dylan tells the truth inconsistently. No, I don't know that, Woody. I've always worked and worried about you and Dylan. And I didn't know the doctor had to report this to the authorities. I didn't know that. I went just to be sure she was all right. And she's not all right, Woody. She walks around the house holding her vagina. She sleeps with me. She's scared of you. And you hurt her. And I feel pretty guilty myself that I wasn't there to protect her. She said, Mommy, you didn't help me. She said, Daddy shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have hurt me like that. If you hurt her, you would weep inside. And you would just want to be dead. Because I don't know how you can live with what you did.
He's in the files. He's still walking around. He's still a legend in Hollywood. These are the people that they worship. These are the people that they protect. When they went after Harvey Weinstein, they didn't have to. Woody Allen was standing right there. Was right there. In clear sight. I'm glad they got Harvey Weinstein. But Woody's still right there. They protect theirs. So don't hit me with no more conspiracy. Don't tell me you're a conspiracy theory. It's all out there. Now the problem is people don't want to face it. Now people just don't want to face it. So y'all keep caping for your heroes. Y'all keep caping for your celebrities. Y'all keep walking around in this naive matrix that y'all have been brainwashed and programmed. They're all in it. So no, if I find out my favorite basketball player is this or that, done with that. Yeah, there's an HBO Max show all about him. It's wild. It's wild that he's free. He took the adopted daughter, married her, and in the files, they said he took the adopted daughter that he married when she was of legal age to the Epstein Island. To Epstein Island. He's chilling. So when I show you all these celebrities joking about pizza, which was the code word, including Hillary allegedly when she scrubbed all the files, all the emails, when the Pizzagate thing went down in D.C. and they called the man crazy, the Hollywood shit started. When you find out that Disney Cruises allegedly was making a stop at one of the islands, when you find out about kids, hundreds of kids in 1982 went to their parents and said they were tunnels under the elementary school they were being taken to. The kids were said to be hallucinating. I will find the story to get you the exact city. Hallucinating. Well, guess what? That happened in 82. In 1987, they found the fucking tunnels. So when y'all get touchy about me talking about your fucking celebrities, I don't give a fuck. When you get touchy about your favorite rapper, I don't give a fuck. If you're in the vicinity, if you're an audience member, if you're in the actions, I don't fuck with you. And you deserve whatever you get. And I don't care if you're Latino. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're 5'7" and below. I don't care if you're 6'2". I don't care if you're a Pisces or a Sagittarius. I don't care if you like long walks on beaches. I don't give a fuck if you make a mean cheesecake. I don't care.
Good morning, Tosh. Mike's on a rant right now.
A rant with a meaning. Because we got to stop acting like if somebody is talented, that goes above and beyond. Because half y'all joke around and say, if R. Kelly came out of prison now, he would sell out a concert arena. And do you know what a fucking reflection it is on the human beings that our society would say that?
He would absolutely sell out.
And we would absolutely should be disgusted.
You still listen to his music?
I don't.
So when
I
it come
told
on,
you,
turn
you
it-
don't believe me. I don't listen to Biggie for different reasons.
So when R. Kelly song come on, would you leave the club, the lounge? You turn your radio
No,
off?
of course I don't leave the club or lounge, but I don't play it. And I don't care if he's a genius vocalist and songwriter. I don't care.
You can't separate the music from the person.
No, I can't. I can't. If it takes me supporting something, no, I can't. So no, I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it because that's what society is. Okay, well, he did it. So when he comes out, what we'll do is we'll all sell out Madison Square Garden, go see him. You go do that, and then say you love Aaliyah, and then in the same breath, y'all say y'all love Aaliyah. In the same fucking breath, y'all say y'all love Aaliyah, and my God, oh, we lost such an angel. And you know what he did, you know what Jay-Z did, and you know what this industry did to her. But you don't care.
Shorty do.
Because they make great songs.
Good morning, Jay Phoenix.
I'm done now.
You done? All right, we got our guest.
I'm done now.
Let's get the intro.
Let me get the intro. I'm done now. Because everything I just said was fucking facts. That's what bothers y'all. That's what bothers y'all. Because y'all can't rebuke it. Y'all can't deny it. Because the fucking hypocrisy is the morals that we have always depends on if the person is talented. That's how human beings are. Human beings will see somebody die and be like, oh my God, and she was so pretty. Like that changes something.
It's your next hit. Need your next hit movie. Need your next hit record. It all
Not
goes
me.
away.
And listen, my opinion can't change the world. But I'll tell you what, it's not me. I don't fuck with you.
So when Mystical come on, you don't let that play because he was raping people. You still play
I
Mystical.
don't play it. I'm not gonna stop y'all. Y'all want to
Oh,
play
you
it?
listen
Y'all
to Chris
do it.
Brown? Didn't he hit Rihanna? Ain't they still mad at him over that?
Don't
you
get
Chris
mad
Brown?
at. Don't
You
get
went
mad
to the
at.
Breezy Bowl, didn't you? Like what? What do you like? I don't like.
What?
No,
I
I'm
don't
just saying in
support.
general. Like people, it's selective outrage. It's like if you
No, it's no morals. It's no morals, and that's why y'all couldn't understand when I said what happened in Penn State. What I said what happened in Penn State means the football program is over for years, and I don't care who else it affects. When your defensive coordinator is raping kids in the basement and y'all don't do nothing about it, the football program is over. Well, what about the kids playing football? They can't play football here. That's it.
Kamari smiling. I think he got some views in the pen. I know we're gonna be talking taxes and important stuff, but I think let's bring our guest in. He's in the waiting.
Wake up in the morning. It's Thursday time to get your finances together with the Finance Rebel. Let's go.
Ain't no stopping nothing. Ain't no stopping nothing.
Kamar's in the building. What up, Kamar? What's going on?
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday.
And you're about to be flooded with work, so we appreciate you.
Oh, yeah. You tax time. You busy.
I'm already flooded. I'm already going through anxiety. But, Jay, I'm not smiling at the overall content. I'm actually smiling at you because you are the ultimate antagonist.
No, I just have opposing views because I know other
people
get a
whole thing on. Like you low key trolling Mike.
Because somebody out there listening to Mystical and they know what he did, like I guess because that's not the same, don't hold the same weight. Like I don't know. It's so many people you can say that to, but we pick and choose certain ones you want to boycott or cancel and not go after. I was just pointing that out. And then where does it stop? Is it women abuse? The whole Chris Brown thing. I know they won't let that man lay that down. She said, but wait, Riri hit him first. Yeah, they was just in a back and forth fight.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try and fucking like mix everything up. I'm talking about kids. I'm talking about kids.
And I mean, how do y'all expect me to come on after that? I mean, Mike is spot on. He's spot on. And I'm actually guilty of those things. And I think about those things because I still play R. Kelly music. But what he did is absolutely atrocious. And
why
it should
you
not be
listen to his
forgiven.
music? You can't listen to his music and still have that opinion.
No, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you not to listen to his music. You do what you want. I'm just telling you, you have to actually have a real conversation with yourself about where your moral fiber, where your morals lie. This is personal for me. I'm not telling nobody. I'm not saying I don't like you because you listen to R. Kelly songs. And that was just a thing that I put out there to show you where society is. We're disgusted by the Epstein files, but if R. Kelly came out and did a concert, we'd sell it out. How does that make sense to y'all?
And I mean, listen, life is about hypocrisy, right? So I'm not taking what you said, like, about me. It's not personal. Right. And Jay, here's the other thing too. Two things can be totally opposite and be true, right? So yeah, I could be appalled by R. Kelly and still listen to his music. And I have no defense for that. And when I listen to his music, I'm like, I'm helping to fund a monster because he still is getting paid off that. So I don't listen to it as much. And some things to me need to be addressed and have to be highlighted. So I have no problem with it at all whatsoever.
Jay Phoenix said, Negroes love to forget that R. Kelly was a victim first.
Yeah, it was. He was. And nobody helped him. But guess what? At the end of the day, I can't then say co-sign and deny his victims.
Creating more victims.
So then let's talk about who victimized him. And let's talk about the actual root cause of this issue. There's a perversion in this country. I'm not a doctor. I don't know where this root perversion comes from. I don't know if it's just a satanic thing. I don't know if it's a demonic. I believe it is. But you're not going to get me just to say, you know, he was victimized also. So that's going to clear my conscience for me to support him. No, I'm never going to an R. Kelly concert. And I hate the fact that we're stuck on R. Kelly, and I brought it up because the bigger picture was there can be, and I'm forgetting the word, no, and I said it a few days ago.
Democracy.
No, there's no when it's a definite line that this is it. I don't care the results, and I can't think of the word, so I can't think of it. But yeah, it's hard to talk about taxes into that. So sorry about that.
No. I mean, who was that? They said they got their taxes done already.
No tolerance. No tolerance. No tolerance.
Zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance. Zero tolerance. So
yeah,
no. So what was the question? There was a question. I'm sorry.
No. Miss Clark says she did her taxes already. She already got hers done. She's
salute to you, Miss Clark.
She's not waiting till the deadline. So you got small business. What's the small business deadline? Do you know off the top of your head? Because I know they have to do theirs earlier, and then everyone else has a little bit more time, right?
So it's a tricky thing, right? Because you can be a small business and still file with your personal taxes. But a lot of times when people are talking about that, they're talking about partnerships and what they call S corporations. So they are due normally on March 15th. This year will be March 16th because I believe March 15th is a Sunday. But March 15th. Okay.
March. So if
and I see a lot of people get jammed up.
Or LLC, you need to hurry and get your appointment scheduled.
Well,
or avoid, or might get some fines. You can get. I my first year I didn't know that, and I got a fine, and they gave me a one-time forgiveness. Yeah. And I said, I'll never let that happen again. I'm thinking it's the April 15th, like the normal deadline. They said, no, when you have an LLC or a business, you have a different deadline to meet. You got to do it sooner.
Taxes, that makes it really difficult, right? Because it's so intricate. And so what you got, it wasn't just an LLC. You had a multiple member LLC. I bet you had partners.
Wait, Lady Q and I are listed as the business owners. Yeah.
So that was a partnership. However, you could have an LLC and still have a deadline of April 15th.
Oh, so you and Lady Q are listed as business owners for the business that I help y'all promote. Oh,
we're listed on the, but I don't have. I'm a silent partner. How about that? I don't have nothing to do. I'm just on a documentation.
But when it comes
legal
to taxes,
reasons.
But when it comes to taxes,
because we file our taxes as a married couple, because we're a union. You get more when you're married, Mike. So
yeah, and
business,
I help add to that union.
Yeah,
so that union I help add
focus on getting
I just want to bring that up. No, I'm in the Betty J Black Group.
It is about taxes.
It is about taxes. Let's stay on taxes. Talking about he should get paid. Get the fuck
I don't get nothing. I don't get nothing.
You
from
just admitted
business.
You do because you file taxes together as a business.
But wait a minute, I have a question.
I can write stuff off. Yeah, I can write like some of my house lawn care or
and the equipment. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Kamara. Go ahead.
That's a benefit, Jay.
Yeah,
by the way, so if Lady Q sells, I don't know, $1 million worth of merchandise, you don't benefit off that at all.
No, I don't get nothing. I can write off some of my rent.
Take you out to a fine meal and a dinner.
No, or yeah, we do have business meeting that she has sponsored with her. Yeah, because we talk business, so she'll put it on her business card if we go to dinner. But oh wait, you talking about I benefit from going to dinner, so I get a free burger and
if
fries.
You made $1 million. You just sat up here and Pam Bondi lied and said if she made $1 million off your damn off the t-shirts and hoodies, you wouldn't benefit. You just Pam Bondi lied directly to every takeover legend.
You talk about dinner. You talking like you sound
Fuck
like
dinner. Let's stick to the $1 million. You're benefiting off of that. Your union and your business is benefiting off of that. Thank you. Case fucking closed.
No, I'm talking about taxes. Yes, I can write certain
I don't know
things
what
off.
I just walked into, y'all.
Case fucking
If you have a business, people, you can write certain elements off from your if your home is your business. If you're paying your mortgage or rent.
Michael Shum has been proven right again. Case closed.
Good morning, Asha. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. But Jay, you just brought up something that I'm working through right now with a client of mine.
Okay.
Who does over about $2 million in business?
What, he benefited off of his union with his wife after they were making hoodies and t-shirts and mugs? That's what you want to say? No.
They're getting audited. And one of the fine points that the IRS agent is going after are meals and entertainment. And so, since you just announced that on the airwaves, that will never go away, Jay, I just want to tell you that make sure you document all those meals that you're going out.
We do.
And claiming as business meals. Now, I bet you are not documenting it right. I'm almost certain you're not.
Well, can you tell us the proper way? So if we go out and discuss her business and if she needs financial backing or support for something and or vendors or whatever the case may be, and we go to let's say Chili's or Red Robin's or something, and we what is the proper way to document Roots?
Are you going to fine dining?
No, we ain't going there. But yeah, so Steak 48. Now, so what do we do?
I'm Off Steaks. Listen, so if you're at Steak 48, and by the way, they're not sponsors. They're no ads. All jokes. Every time the bill comes out, you have to document on the bill, on the receipt. Because going back to my client, the IRS agent is doing what's called disallowing their meals and entertainment because they feel like they are personal. Now, the client said that they are taking they're paying for their staff's lunch and breakfast every day. And I actually believe it. But they didn't document what it was for. And so you have to document it and you have to show it. And so just showing your credit card statement or your bank statement is not enough. The IRS does not care about statements, whether it be credit card or bank statements. They care about the actual receipt. And on the receipt, you should have notes on the actual receipt. You should have notes about what the meal was for, how it was business related, who it was with, and you must document that. And you must be able to show that to the IRS. So that's the part of the game nobody ever talks about because, quite honestly, it's a little detailed and kind of boring. Right? You lose people's interest when you get too interested.
No, it makes sense because I think we had the printed receipt and everything. And we put business meeting, like we just put business, business meeting. Whatever. We didn't go into detail of. So we have to put the names of who was there and what some of the content would you discuss. That's a lot to write on.
What was the purpose for the meeting? What's the purpose for the meeting? And they want to see you do this, right? This is how you audit proof yourself because there's a lot of people online saying, "Hey, take this deduction." Right off a G-Wagon, take this trip, the IRS will pay for it. All right, but how do you document that it was actually for business? Because the IRS is not in the business of just paying for your personal life. You just got to be careful with that. You got to be careful with that.
Okay. No, that it makes sense what you're saying because people do write off a lot, but it sounds like they were being really excessive. They're treating meals every day. So that means they had some large expenses, which would catch you on the red flag. But I'm saying we might 2 or 3 times a year if that, we don't need a lot of business food, things like that. But all right, keep going.
So technically, Jay Black has been proven wrong twice. We are on a fucking roll today, boy. We are on.
We're educating us.
No, you're educating. I'm just pointing out how many times you've been wrong today. I want to keep track.
You call me Pam Bondi though.
I want to keep track of it. So Kamari. So the comedy show I'm doing March 14th. Is that going to be something, my expenses, is that going to be something I can still put on this tax season, or is that starting next tax season already?
That's March 14th.
Yes.
Yeah, that's for 2026.
All right, so I got to make sure
So
that's
make sure
good.
you
So
save everything.
So I have-
where's it
How
gonna
do you
be at?
think you can file something for this year that for last year? What are you talking about?
A lot of people think that, Jay. Honestly,
Get out of here.
You still
Well,
gotta
It's
ask
for your
questions.
2025 tax year, so it's only whatever happened in 2025. Nothing for 2026.
no. So see that's the confusion, right? So we're in the tax year of 2025, but we are in 2026. So a lot of people are confused by that. So the tax year is kind of usually a year behind. So we're dealing with taxes from last year, or revenue from last year, or expenses from last year, but we're in 2026, right? So people get it confused all the time. I run into that all the time, Jay.
Thank you, Kamari. KT has a question. Can you explain what deductions, etc., remote work from home employees can claim?
Sure. All right. So we're going to do it in the context of work from home. I'm going to assume it's a business because you do not get the write-off work from home if you're working from an employer, right? That used to be the case. You can't do that anymore.
So you work for somebody versus working for yourself.
Yeah. So I'm going to assume it's for you working from home. So you can then write off a portion of your real estate taxes, your mortgage interest. If you don't own the home, you're a portion of your rent. And usually it's determined by the write-off amount is determined by how big of a space is actually dedicated and exclusive. Exclusive is the key word, y'all, to your home-based business. So if you have a home-based office, it must be exclusively for that business, because I've seen people have IRS visits and they say, oh, your kids play in your room with your kids. I mean, with your office, or your dining room is for you having dinners or family meals. It's not exclusive. So you got to be really careful about that. Make sure it's exclusive. But again, you can write off a portion of your rent, your mortgage, and let's say you have a 100 square foot office, right? That is your office. And this is the method I usually use. Let's say your house, for easy math, is 1,000 square feet. So your exclusive workspace is 100 square feet. The whole home is 1,000 square feet. So you're using roughly 10% of your home for for your business. You can write off roughly 10% of your mortgage. So if your rent's $1,000 a month, I don't know where you're living at with that low of a rent, but then you can write off 10% of that. So that's $100 a month, $1,200 throughout the year. Same thing for your cell phone bill. Now you got to be careful with the cell phone bill, and because most people have one cell phone, they don't have multiple cell phones,
right?
And they do not use their cell phone for 100% business. They got a homie, lover, friend. By the way, I think that might have been an R. Kelly reference. I'm sorry. My bad. But you can write off that, but make sure you do not write off the whole thing. So again, let's say your bill for your cell phone is $200 a month. 50% of the time, you are writing off, let's say 50% of it, because 50% of the time it's a business. Other time, the other 50% is for personal. So again, let's say $100 a month on your cell phone bill. So
okay,
these things add up. These things add up.
Right. That's the key, that these things add up, and that's the tedious part of this, and that's why people come to people like Kamari, who put you on a plan and be like, listen, start from the beginning of the year and understand you have to use this. You have to do every tedious thing to keep every tedious note, to keep your numbers correct, and it makes it a lot simpler when you go to him, and then because trust me, I'm not the person who's done that. That's why I'm starting now with 20, and I say this every year, but I'm starting with this event because this event that I'm doing is going to start being a monthly event. Question. Tosh had a question, and this kind of relates to what I was saying. What if you work from home with an employee? You can write off internet service?
No, you cannot. You used to could do it. No, you cannot. Technically what's supposed to happen is your employer should give you some form of reimbursement for that. A lot of people don't do it. A lot of companies don't do it. They kind of get over, but you just kind of chalk it up because you don't get to drive into work. You don't get to spend that money on gas and wear and tear on your car.
Now, my question with me, when you say your business, when you say your business, do you have to have an LLC for your business in order to do
be in business?
Yeah, to write off stuff for business? Would I have to have an LLC for Michael Sean right now to actually write off the cost of the internet service every month and the lights that I pay for and all the other services that I pay for to do this?
So here's an exclusive, y'all. One of the biggest scams that's going on, and has been going on for decades, is creating LLCs. Most individuals do not need an LLC to write off things for taxes. You don't need an LLC to write off. I'm gonna use Jay and Lady Q. If Lady Q goes and buys a bunch of blanks, those are the shirts that they're printing on. You don't need an LLC to write that off. She's in business, she's promoting it, she's doing it for a profit. Keyword, they're doing it for a profit, because the IRS will also say, if they come and get you, they'll say, is this a profit or a hobby? Right. So you got to make sure you do that, because if it's a hobby, it's just for fun, it's not for profit, and they'll throw all your stuff out the window. So, but you don't need an LLC. You don't need a corporation. Now, a lot of people think having an LLC gives you more tax deductions. It does not. Absolutely does not. What it does is it can help protect your assets or helps protect you in court. That's all it does. The same exemptions that you have as an individual is what you would have as an LLC. They are the same.
Wow.
They're the same.
Wow. It just has to be done. It's being done for profit.
Yes, but that's across the board, LLC or not. And here's a better point. Most people waste money on creating LLCs.
Mm-hmm.
And the state of PA is $125. But the reason, again, why you have your LLC is to protect you from legal issues. It doesn't give you any tax benefits. However, you have to conduct business in a correct manner. Most people commingle their funds, meaning they'll take their work money, they'll take the money they do use getting cut grass or whatever their business is, they put it all on one account. They don't have a separate account. Right. And so in the legal world, they call that piercing the veil, meaning there's no real separation. There is no true divide between your personal life and your business life. And so if you're ever sued, they're going to say, oh, this LLC doesn't matter. Everything flows into one bucket, and it's all for the benefit of this person. So there is no legal protection. So you just wasted $125 to get this so-called protection that all these commercials and these lawyers and some of the accountant mills, there's a lot of mills out there, but they don't tell y'all the real deal. And again, for me, it's kind of hard because I see this shit, stuff all the time. And it's like, y'all not telling the full truth. It takes time to get out the full truth, but sadly, we all have short attention spans.
Is it easier to get audited if you don't have an LLC? Like, it seems odd to have just a name and you're filing and claiming stuff.
No, your social security number off the bat makes you a business. You can do business. So Jay, we used to walk up and down the street on Washington Lane and Stanton Avenue. Let's say we wanted to sell water. And I'm talking about when me and Jay were in middle school together. Let's say we'll sell water. We'll see kids selling water sometimes on those streets.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need an LLC to do that. Now, you might have to get proper licensing from the city and all of that, but you don't need an LLC to do that. Now, there are times when you actually need an LLC, but that's a whole separate thing. It's a whole separate thing.
So I'm going to repeat. The LLC is there, and Ashabu just reiterated what I was about to say. Well, she said it first. I didn't reiterate it. LLC is for protection so they can't touch your home/assets. I guess if whatever you're selling for profit gets into some type of situation where somebody, I don't know, claims.
Let's say you got a restaurant, right? And people keep getting food poisoning.
Right.
You might want to have an LLC because it'll protect your home if you have a home, right? If you own a home. It might protect your, let's say, for example, I'm being full disclosure. My father passed. He left me 2 properties. So now I am in a landlording business professionally. So, those things you have to make sure you protect.
So I have another question. With what I do with Michael Sean, so with let's say under the umbrella, what I do for profit. I do a morning show podcast, whatever, however you want to label it, and I do comedy. And let's say my Cash App, what I'm getting for any, and maybe it's not, and I'm not complaining, y'all. I'm not complaining. It's not $1,000. It's not a year that I make off of it. But when I claim that, can I just go to my Cash App and say that is the business? Because that's all I've done with the Cash App is get money for business. Would I be able to use that? Like if I brought it to you to be able to do the year in review, and should I claim that?
So yes, you should claim it, but you have to be careful. So for example, I'm going to use me.
Okay.
I know I sent you some money to start investing.
Right.
That's not business money. That was just homie to homie. Yo, I want to get you going. I want to get Jay going.
Right.
Good way, Jay.
I did it.
You did what? What did you do? Say what you did.
I invested $10 today in myself through my Cash App VOO. Yes, okay. I did it today, knowing that you were coming on, but I did it.
All right, good. I'm gonna be a bully. So y'all know Jay's admitted he was a bully back in the day. Now I'm gonna bully him in real life. Now we old.
Good. Keep going. Don't lose your thought.
No. So no, Mike, you're not necessarily going to take everything, because you might send money to your Imani. I believe you have another daughter.
Yeah, 3 daughters. So when I take money, when I send money to them, is that affected? Because I'm sending money, but wouldn't that still be my account?
You got to be careful that you don't include that. Because let's say Imani sent you, I don't know, $5. Say, hey, Pop, go get lunch on me.
Yeah,
I don't know where you get lunch for $5, but she sent it because she loves you. And so you want to make sure you don't lump that in with and saying it was sales.
So why do you ain't really got to report your Cash App, do you? Like legally, for real?
I think you do, because they send me a tax form on Cash App.
It's called 1099K. If y'all remember, a couple of years ago, they were upset because they lowered the threshold of where you had to report.
Yes.
Before, it used to be $5,000 in activities on what's called third-party networks. Cash App would be one. Square is another one. PayPal is another one. Stripe is another one. But now, if you make $600, you have to do it. But here's the caveat: if it's personal, you don't have to report it for business. But here's the thing: like a lot of times, people are being slick, and they're actually doing business, and they'll set up a personal Cash App, and they'll do stuff here, right? They'll get their hair done. Somebody might Cash App their stylist. They're not necessarily reporting that. So that's part of the reason why government stepped up, because they always want to know where the money's going. And that's part of the reason, honestly, they're trying to reduce cash out there, because cash is not really trackable in the same way that these transactions are. Cash App and like.
So it'll say, okay, I don't have I said create a bill. I went to my Cash App. It says create a business account. So I don't have one. So everything is personal. So I'm good as long as it doesn't label as business.
Well, maybe.
I'm not using it for a business though. I mean, I'm really not.
All right. Yeah. But when you do set it up as a business, they take a fee for every transaction.
I didn't even know that you had to set your Cash Up as a bit. I didn't even know there was an option to set it up as a business.
Yeah, you go in there in the settings in the bottom, it says create as a business account. Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
So you don't have to report. I thought it was like a certain dollar amount that you had to do it. But Mike, since yours not even created as a business, you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, okay. Is that right, Kamar?
Let's talk about it offline.
Okay. All right. Cool. Got you. Definitely should have business accounts. This is Ashabu. Definitely should have business accounts, operations accounts, business payroll accounts, business operating account, and a business savings account. I used to have a business savings account a long time ago.
Yep. And I will say this. Some of these platforms, your PayPals, your Cash Apps, if they find out you are running a business on your personal account, they have shut things down or suspended the money, meaning you can't take it out. You can't do anything with it.
Cool.
Yeah, they've jammed up a lot of people.
All right, so that's good. All insight, people. If you got more than a couple dollars in your account, you need to make sure you're good.
So you, Jay Black, trying to send Mike to IRS prison? Don't let him get you, Billy.
No. We got an expert. X, come on. Whatever questions I got, put it in the chat.
All right. So when do you think a business gets to a point where you think a LLC should be something that you do?
So that's a tough question to ask because every situation is personal. Personal finance is personal. All right. But let's say you have a home. Let's say, you got some kids, you want to protect them, meaning you want to keep them out of your shenanigans and your mess. Sometimes it could be upwards to $1. So for example, Mike, I'll use you. It could be easy for you to get picked up by a network to do a morning radio show or any kind of radio show. Right? The industry's changing, but sometimes some of the hosts will get paid through their LLCs. Sometimes there is some liability when you on the air because some jocks have gotten sued for what they said on radio. The latest one I'm thinking about is Envy with his real estate stuff. I don't know what he did. I'm not saying there's any implication of guilt.
Yeah, he got cleared. Well, go ahead.
He got cleared. Okay.
Yeah.
But I know there was a whole bunch of stuff going on with that. So it might make sense to have certain things in LLCs and by the way, LLC isn't the only kind of entity that you can create. You could have LLCs, you could have partnerships, you could have corporations. It all depends, right? And it just depends. But if you want to say an amount, I would say it's all about risk. So you have to think about what risk you're taking. So it could be $1. It could be at $100,000 where you need to create an LLC. Might be $1 million. But I'll just say this: a lot of time people get these LLCs and they don't do anything with their business, and they're just sitting on the shelf doing nothing.
Well, one radio station that I worked at, actually, I had no choice but to get paid through my LLC.
Okay.
And honestly, it benefited me because of all the resources that I had to do just to do the job and everything I had to spend just on going to the job. And it did benefit me, but like I didn't know what you're saying is it benefited me because it made me start
taking it serious and
being more structured and actually taking my expenses. But what you're saying is I could have been doing that even without an LLC. I just became aware of it because of the LLC situation and because I had to be responsible for my taxes.
Right. So here's the thing. A lot of times big corporations want to do business with other corporations and entities. They don't necessarily want to do business with an individual because sometimes you get caught up in labor issues of what an employee is versus a contractor. And so if you are already set up as an LLC, that takes a lot of it off the mat.
Yeah.
And again, I know all it sounds super convoluted, and I hope I didn't bore anybody.
No. I'm starting to get it. Like honestly, you've been on this show so long and been doing this stuff that actually, when you're explaining this stuff now, because you've repeated it over, and I'm saying this in a positive way because we need it to be repeated over and over again.
Right.
It seems like now it's clearer because I go like, oh, it almost is like, oh, that makes sense. That's not really that difficult. The tedious part is keeping your records.
Yeah, so I tell everybody's talking about they want to get rich this, they want to get rich that. The real cheat code, what your books look like, that's the sexy part. Because that's going to help you track what's going on. That'll help you plan. That'll help you make certain decisions in your business. And when the IRS comes knocking, it helps you protect yourself against paying too much in taxes. So, that's the thing everybody should be looking for. Listen, organization overall is a cheat code. I don't think people think about that enough. When you can put up a piece of paper somewhere and say, you know what, because this is the system I follow, it's there. That saves so much time and so much brain energy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
So we have someone, Asha, that goes to church a lot. She pays her tithes. Like, could she write
Asha goes to church a lot. All right, shout out to Asha.
How does she keep track of what she's paying? Like, could she write that off at the end of the year? Her donations to the church?
So yes and no. Yes and no. It depends. It's a little tricky. But usually most bigger churches, not all, but most churches usually keep track of what your tithes and offering is, and they will send you a report or a statement at the end of the year, and you can report it on your tax returns. But the reason why it's a little convoluted is because you have this thing called standard deduction and itemized deductions, and they are all based upon what your filing status is. So you can be single, meaning you have no dependents.
Mhm.
You could be head of household, meaning that you have some dependents, and a dependent usually is a child, sometimes a parent, sometimes, biological birth, adopted, whatever it may be. Those things matter. Then you might have people who are married. By law, if you're married, you're supposed to file jointly or elect to file married and separate, but you're supposed to do that. We got a lot of people out here who are married and just file single. They don't do that because they are playing a game of how big of a tax refund they can get. So it can be really, really intricate. Really, really intricate.
Yeah, Rashida confirmed she get hers at the end of the year for what
She said
she
in
paid.
church we get our
How do
tax
you know
paper
what I
at the end
paid?
of the year because they got to keep track.
But the basket coming around, you don't know if I'm putting 20 in there or 100 in there. Like, how do you know?
But that's the tithing we do. Nobody's running in our pockets.
Okay.
The church got a different. When you're a member for real. Right. When you're a member of a
keep
church,
track of your
right. Because then that's just a love offering. A lot of times when they're collecting the basket.
Yeah, the stuff they getting from us, they don't get. They throw that. They throw that in.
Right, but the tithes, the people who remember the tithes, that's marked.
Offering, tithes and offerings. I got you.
There was one question that said she travels with her son for AAU basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she's trying to add. Well, she has a question mark at the end. Couldn't write any of those expenses off.
Oh, could she?
So if it's a question, I would say no because that's really personal. You're not going. Now I see Billy brought up NIL, name, image, and likeness. If you are getting paid for a name, image, and likeness, then you could potentially start writing off travel.
Got you.
Got it.
But the stuff that you said about your books is the cheat code, your organization on your books. And I don't know how this coincides, but a lady came in and she's a math teacher. She's been a math teacher for years. And I was doing a discount for her, but I had to go through these screens to actually put the discount for us, 15%. And she gave me this, and I should have written it down because I had to go through the screens. And it wasn't that I was trying to figure out the discount, but I was trying to get through the screens. Each screen I had to put a code in and everything like that. But she broke down, if you want to get the discount, she gave me this cheat code on how to get the discount that is really fast. And I should have written it down because the first time she said it, I said, oh shit, that's simple. She said, yeah, I teach math. I like math because the reason why I love math, because math gives you answers. And
everything in life is math, actually, though. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yes. And that's what later in my life, I realized how important. This is why when we started saying, well, you're not going to use this math for the rest of your life anyway, it was really a naive, ignorant thing to say because it helps you create your brain to learn how to get to the answer. And my thing with your cheat code with the books, if you keep strong books, gives you your answers on where you're losing money, where you're making money, how you can readjust, and where maybe you shouldn't spend a certain amount of money on this, or maybe you should take this out of the budget altogether. It just wasn't worth what it was doing. So I thought that was interesting on, once again, the tedious part of writing things down. If you want to put it in a computer spread and whatever you do that. And I'm not really slick with it, but when I keep everything in a book and I keep it written properly and I take my time writing it out, it actually clears everything up for me, which is what I'm doing putting this comedy show together. So I just wanted to bring that up, that cheat code of your books being so essential and organization being so essential.
But guess what? Inside of those books, it's all math.
It's all math.
It's all math.
It's all math. And if it looks like a foreign language to you, you're in trouble.
Right.
And that's when, not no offense to you, but that's when you have to pay somebody to read these numbers, and then you have to pay somebody's moral standard to see if they're telling you the truth because you can't read it.
The thing is, too, is, Mike, it doesn't make sense for you to do what I do, right? Because God has given you a talent of being funny. I ain't that funny. I'm not entertaining. I read the numbers. I might be able to slide in a joke here or there, but that's not my God-given gift and ability.
Your lane.
That's Mike's, right? So you should, in my opinion, you should spend time fostering that. And if you can, like, I know, but there's levels to it, right? So everybody in their journey might not be able to pay for somebody like me, and I'm actually not that expensive.
Right.
But the thing is, you should try to either one, befriend someone like me, because Mike will call me up and ask me a question. Jay will do the same. Or, hire someone like me, because they will be essential and they will pay. What your investment in paying them, let's say you pay me $1,000. I'm sure the $1,000 that you pay me will be tenfold, meaning the value you get over time will be tenfold, easily.
So that would be something like you pay, let's just say, to make it easy, top of the year, I say, here's $1,000. And then you take control of what? Like, what do you oversee? What would
so let's say you pay me $1,000. Let's say you're in business, right?
Right.
So then it's like, Mike, you got a show in Houston or Dallas. I know you go back and forth to Dallas. You got a show in New York. I know you're doing Jonesy, but never mind. I can't say what I want to say about Jonesy.
Okay.
You travel. A big thing that people miss out in travel in business, they don't track their miles. So in the year of 2025, you got 70 cents a mile. And so I know, because I know you're in Jersey, but for me, I'm in Philly. Philly to New York is about 90 miles. Let's say you do that a couple times a week, or let's say once a week.
Once a week, yep.
100 miles. Let's just say it's 100 miles for easy math. So 100 times 52, we're doing math again. That's 5,200. So you got 5,200 miles that you can write off for math. So can somebody tell me what 52 times 70 cents is? 5,270 cents.
All right, you want 5,000 times 70 cents?
Yeah.
$3,640.
So roughly $3,600. So that deduction is lost. So you're going to pay extra taxes. You're going to give the IRS a tip because your organization is not good enough to track your mileage when you go back and forth to New York.
Now, what if I wasn't getting paid by them, but I was doing it every Monday?
But so, all right, so here's another thing what you got to think about. I said the word profit right earlier. There's a key word. You're not, Jonesy's very pretty. I'm just going to say that. You're not doing it just because she's pretty.
Right.
Right. You're not just saying, I'm going to go be in the company of Jonesy because she's pretty and she's funny. I'm doing it because there's some kind of profit motive at the end of the day.
Got you.
So I would say it's still a business transaction. That's why you're driving.
And then with that, do the tolls, do the Easy Pass tolls are included, or is just the miles?
So the tolls are included in the miles, but you should keep them all because, again, try not to be too technical. There's two ways to write off automobile expenses. You have your actual, where you write off, let's say, your maintenance, your oil, your brake changes, your gas, your tolls, and all that. And then you have your mileage, and that kind of encompasses everything. But normally, mileage is usually the best way, especially when you have an older, a newer car. And here's another thing. Once you select which way you're going to write off your automobile, you got to stick with it. So if you're going to do actual expenses, you got to do actual expenses the whole time you own it. If you're going to do mileage, you got to do mileage. Now, here's the thing. You're supposed to check or collect mileage either way you do it, because that's the way the IRS. And here's the other thing. Here's a cheat code for y'all. If you're working with somebody and they're not thinking about what's defensible against the IRS, you've already played yourself, because they're going to do all kind of wild stuff, make stuff up. Nine times out of 10.
What's defensible against the IRS?
Right.
That
So
has to be essential if somebody's working for you, obviously.
absolutely.
Right?
And I'm not trying to sell fear. And no, Mike wouldn't go to jail. He's not going to tax prison. I think somebody said that in the comments, right? Jay's not going to swing tax prison. However, they can jam your life up in ways that you don't even imagine.
Right.
And so you want to make sure that it's rare that they do an audit, but when they come, you want to be prepared. You want to have your books in order. So this is another time where having organization or good organizational skills is a cheat code. Because if you send them all your stuff and it checks out, let's say 80, 90% of the times, sometimes it just go away. But you got to be able to have them the documentation, or the word you might hear is
They can tell if you're official, if you're doing right or not, or versus you just loosey goosey. Now they're gonna look deeper into you.
Correct.
Got it. Mike, Kamari, Nikki had this question for you.
Kamari. Go ahead.
Go
Since I'm disabled and live with my daughter, can she claim me on her taxes? I do receive disability benefits.
I would say yes if she's truly providing. And I know your name's not Reggie. You look like a woman.
That's Nikki White Chocolate, but she turned into Little Reggie. It's a long story. It's a long story. She wanted to run with it. So all right, Little Reggie.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
she
got titties. She got all that.
I can't say that. I'm not going to say that, y'all. But yes, more than likely, your daughter can claim you.
All right.
Cypher want to know.
Can I claim violating people's rights on a daily basis? Oh, go ahead.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, he said, can he claim money he sent to another country? Because we got scammed. We were sending money to Africa. He want to know, can he claim that?
First of all, we're not going to say you got scammed because BC is adamant in saying that he did not scam you guys. So let's be fair if he's watching. He said he's adamant that he did not scam anybody, that the money that was sent. Now, this is the question. The money that was sent to BC was for a school and providing supplies for a school. Is that something that you can use as a write-off? Could Cypher use that as a write-off? I think Cypher put out a lot more money than Jay Black's money.
It depends. So it's supposed to be a nonprofit organization that's recognized as a nonprofit by the IRS. So it depends. And I doubt it if you're talking about overseas.
All right. And
by the way, even when you go to somebody's first fry or rent party, and they're raising money for the community, those things are not necessarily a write-off. It's just goodwill. You just give them back to the people. It's not a tax thing.
And I want to read this.
What up, Ant?
I'm a note-taking guy myself. I have plenty of notebooks. It's proven that when you write it down, your brain processes it better. That is actually proven, Ant. And I live by that. I've watched tutorials about it. I've watched from spiritual leaders talk about it to when you write it down, it changes. Listen, I'm not as good at explaining that, but it just makes it real. It clears things up. It becomes almost the manifestation. It becomes real when the thoughts in your mind.
Exercise the muscle, right?
Yes.
Your hand muscle connection.
Yes.
It records to your brain a lot easier. But I'm like Ant. I got a mountain of paper notepads,
and then you got to organize the notepads.
Correct, but I got a couple of devices I'm starting to write stuff down on digitally, and it's helping a little bit. Because when you write stuff down on notepads, and it's like 3 years from now, you're like, damn, where did that go? So I'm putting them in the notepad so I can scan through them quickly.
K-Day got a cheat code.
K-Day from the sub got a cheat code. There's an app that you can use that can turn on when driving to track all your mileage. I use it. I use it for real estate.
So there's a couple of them. QuickBooks has one with one of their apps. There's another app specifically for that. It's called Mileage IQ. I don't get paid for either.
I had that, and I never activated it. Mileage IQ.
It takes it's like $10 a month or something.
Ain't nobody paying for that. Oh, my bad. That just blurted out. Go ahead.
So listen, you won't pay for it, but it actually, we just figured out the numbers, right? So
it'll pay for itself.
I think it was $3,200 or $3,600, right? Just for using Mike's example. I'm sure other people, I know other people, if they use that, it'll pay 1,000-fold over that for the lazy savings they get. But here's the trick. You have to go through and then record and categorize rather what each trip was. Was this a trip to the market? Well, that's a personal trip, right? Is this a trip for you to go hang out with Jonesy? All right, that's a business trip. Is Mike and Lady Q, is Jay and Lady Q driving to go get some merch or do something?
Yeah.
That's also a business write-off. You have to record that in the app.
Now you can put the notes in the app then, right? You can just put them down.
Yeah, but they'll actually give you how to categorize it. The business app, right? And the IRS loves that. This is something that you do ongoing, what they call contemporaneously. So you have notes, like that's a part of what you do. Like they see you are working to be organized.
Now this is a tricky one. Jeanette had a question. Can you claim a foster child on your taxes?
Sometimes yes. Sometimes yes.
Okay.
A lot of times you can.
All right. The next question.
You just said a big home improvement. If
a
you
big
did
home improvement. Can you claim that?
Like you redid your kitchen on your own.
So one thing I've learned with our people, we speak about certain things in various ways. So big home improvement could mean a lot of things to you, Cypher. And is this home a rental property or business use? Like, are you selling products and services out of it? Or are you just living there? And so 9 times out of 10, if you're just living there, no, there is no real tax benefit of writing it off. Except you're beautifying your living space, your quarters. But if it's for business, yes, you can write it off. If it's for a rental property, you can write it off. I've been spending money on these chimneys because for some reason my dad he had problems with his chimneys and he just kind of worked around it for years. Well, they started cutting off my furnaces. My tenants wouldn't have heat. I'm not going to keep trying to scoop them out, and then I got bricks falling down from the chimney lining all the way to the top. So I just had to get them done. Spent a boatload of money. There's a lot of things you learn you have to spend money on. This is why savings is so important when you get into real estate. But that's a big write-off for me. That's going to be a big write-off for me.
There was a question about if you can't find certain W-9 forms from certain jobs, can we call the IRS to get a listing of all the jobs that have been filed with them?
All right, so he's speaking about W-2s. W-9 forms are the form that you
that's
give
our regular
to
tax one.
a company. Yeah, but the W-9s are the forms you're supposed to give to the corporations when they pay you as a business or independent contractor. I'm sure you meant W-2s. So, and yes, I encourage everybody who's listening, everybody create an IRS account. Just go to irs.gov, set up an account. It's actually more important to have this account set up than you checking your credit, because being able to check what's going on with your taxes, because taxes impact your credit as well, is super duper important. A lot of people don't think about it, but just go over there, set it up.
Yeah, I'm on there. The only reason I'm familiar with it is that's how I make my payments.
Right.
So that's how I started reviewing and playing around with it, seeing how much I still owe, how much in interest and stuff like that on there.
So you see right there on the right where it says IRS account. So click that, sign in. They'll make you do what's called ID.me. You'll need your ID. You might do a short video, but it pays itself off in gold, or it's worth its weight in gold.
They don't charge you, right? There ain't no money for
No, it's free.
Okay.
I mean, they do charge you. You pay taxes, right? It's one of your services.
Good point.
And that's another thing, because I go out a lot of times and talk to children in school. People don't realize the benefit they get from taxes until they forget. And that's not to say that government does not overspend or misspend, but some of the things they spend money on, I know Cypher's a part of Philly PD. Policing is important. I know the Black community has a crazy relationship with the police department, justifiably so. However, they provide a service. And they've saved a lot of grannies going to the store, walking across the street, save kids, all kinds of stuff, right? That's where their salaries come from. Same thing for fire departments. Same thing for schools, right? Taxes overall is a way for everybody to kind of chip in on the big things that nobody has enough money in their own personal bank accounts to chip in for or to pay for, but to make sure that it keeps going on.
Is it more beneficial to be married as a union with two people filing? They give you more for married couples than single, right?
Depends. Is it a healthy marriage?
No, I'm just saying like tax purposes, because some people are holding out getting marriage, thinking, oh, well, I'm told them yesterday, marriage is a business and you can benefit from it versus being two singles. So I just wanted to hear you say I was right with that.
You were right, Jay. I know that's all you want to hear. You were right, Jay. So you've been wrong twice, right once. I'm keeping track.
Go ahead.
I got you. But yeah, typically, like I said,
that's if you want to share. As if you want to share. Like you said, a healthy relationship.
There's a lot of caveats.
That when you say healthy relationship, that's a big deal. If you feel like going in this together and making the money, or you feel like I can get this money and I don't have to split it with her. That goes back to a healthy relationship. And Jay's in a healthy relationship.
So it works out.
It works out very nicely.
I'm just trying to see if Cousin Ash should be married. I got somebody that's holding out. They got a baby
even though you were right,
Mm-hmm.
it even made you more wrong on the last one.
Come on, Mike. Sorry about it.
It even made you more wrong. Let me dig this grave. Let me dig this grave right here. Let me dig it.
Y'all stupid. We asking questions for the people.
No, the
So,
wrong
let's
one.
Let's read this, y'all. So,
all right, because I got to go after this one.
Okay. I've taken my shovel to work and have helped people get out of their parking spots by on the duty. And I'm not the only one, right? Yeah. So, police do a lot of this stuff, y'all, and just keep this in mind. And this is not an endorsement for police. The stuff that gets shown in the news is only about 1%, 0.5% of what actually goes on every day. There's a lot of good people on the force. Matter of fact, did I tell y'all last week the cops got called on me? I think I did.
Yeah, you told us. Yeah.
And they were cool. Didn't have a problem.
So the thing is, when it comes to Cypher, let's just say those numbers, we'll go by the numbers, that they're 1% of the problem. But Cypher was 100% the problem on why Dr. Aaron Smith is no longer on the show. So let's be clear.
Say it ain't so.
Let's be clear on that.
It ain't so.
Let's be clear on that.
Oh, we gotta call the doctor back. We need a good doctor.
I keep saying that.
Just understand, when y'all want me to play, I can play. I let a lot of stuff just go for the purpose of the show. But I remember a lot of shit. A lot.
Something just got set off.
A lot. I'm
getting out of that. I don't want to play.
That's it.
I don't want to play right. I don't want to.
I am definitely proud of us. I'm definitely proud of the Takeover Legend community. This is a whole segment that flew by of probably 20 minutes, maybe more than 20 minutes of getting tax information. That is the website you need to go to. They have an app. You do have an app for PhillyTaxTeam.com, correct?
Yeah, that's my portal. Yeah, I don't have
portal. I'm sorry,
yeah,
portal.
Yeah, for all my clients. All right. And somebody else suggested maybe I get an app and do tax updates and things like that and just go directly to the people.
So PhillyTaxTeam.com.
Yes.
Hey, he put it out there. If you want somebody to help you and supervise you throughout the year, so you're not in a super rush. Now you still got to do your part by keeping organization during the year, but at least you have a trainer who keeps you on point, who keeps you doing your push-ups, keeps you doing your cardio, and keeps you doing your stretching, and say, hey, you have you been keeping up on it? He has a price. I get, he said $1,000. That was hypothetical. I don't know what the actual price is, but if you want this man to work with your finances the entire year, PhillyTaxTeam.com, go there. Obviously, you've known Kamari here for probably 2 years now. So he's personable. He's somebody who can talk to. He's somebody that we co-sign, in a trust issue. This is not something where he's trying to help you and benefit you, but his time is money and a price has to be paid. Just like a price has to be paid for March 14th at my comedy show. It goes down. Michael Sean's birthday comedy show is going to be in Willingboro, New Jersey, the Elite Social Club. Go to Eventbrite, put in Michael Sean's birthday comedy show. Get your tickets. March 14th will be epic. It will be an instant classic. I will make y'all laugh. All my friends and family who are going to be there, but all the strangers that come through, I would love to have you. Kamari, if you can make it out March 14th.
I'm looking it up right now.
Would love to have you.
I'm definitely there, Kamari. Yeah, come on. That's one that's for sure I'm going to be at.
And Jay might be put to work, but we'll talk
I
about
might
that.
have Lady Q at that one too. We get to sit. Yeah, Lady Q might.
What you gonna call it again, Mike? What's the name? You said Mike.
Michael Sean's birthday comedy show on Eventbrite. And Jay, I may need you to work. So even though you were wrong a lot today, I still need your expertise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
good morning, Claude. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
So don't be petty. Don't be petty, Betty. Don't be petty. Don't be petty.
You with the wrong guy to hell. Why would you want somebody that's wrong?
In this case, in that environment, you're absolutely the right. You're the absolute 100% right guy.
Miss Hawkins, Claude, what up, everybody?
Well, what up? We got to get Terrence back on here. Let us know how the show's going. Great show, everyone. Have a great day. You too, LaShawn. All right, we'll be back at it tomorrow. Oh, Mike, while I was helping Doc get out of his parking spot, I made one comment about him and Bill Cosby, and he straight up called me a. It never stops. It never stops. That's why I don't stop with you, because it never stops. It never stops. I mean, the show is going to be fine, but taking a valuable part and there's points. And then you brought a scammer into the show. I don't know how much I can take. I don't know. And we know the love is full. There's love. Mike, okay, nice. With Jay, laugh out loud. I guess he played nice. Okay. We out of here. Kamari, thank you once again. We'll see you next Thursday. Back at it. Everybody get your finances together. Get your organization. Listen, one part of your life can be organized. Why can't the rest of your life be organized? So let's get it going. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be. I can never be that. Understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in your life. Fight for your happiness. Never let anyone, anything, or any circumstance take that from you. God got me. God got us. From Lady Q, wokeupinspired.com. Go get the hoodies. Go get the t-shirts. Go get the customized mugs and all that good stuff. Jay Black, Kamari, Amani, C. Chung, Dr. Aaron Smith, Sexy Mo. We are back tomorrow. We're gone. Gone then.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you